Alright, so this right here is a Brass Monkey 65 litre upright fridge. This is the 12 to 24 volt model, and I'm about to be installing it into a newly built camper van. Now this is a very easy installation process here. All we're going to need is some wire strippers, some sort of wire connectors. I'm using a solder splice connector here that eliminates the need for heat shrink or crimpers. We also need a blowtorch or lighter to melt these little solder connectors. We need some stainless steel self-tapping screws. Now I've gone for 25mm as the walls of my cabinet are 18mm thick, and we've got about 5mm to play around with on this. We just want to make sure that we're not going to be poking through any of our cabinetry walls. We're also going to need a screwdriver and some little plastic washers. So before we go about installing anything, we do want to make sure we have adequate ventilation in our cabinetry. Now Brass Monkey recommends that you have a 75mm clearance above and behind the fridge and a 15mm clearance on either side. So I've actually built my cabinet to those exact dimensions because I custom designed this whole kitchen around the Brass Monkey fridge. I will put those dimensions up on screen somewhere because I can't remember them off the top of my head. But once we make sure we've got enough ventilation for the fridge to operate properly, we can go about placing it in, connecting the wires, and it's as simple as just screwing the thing in place. As you can see, I've got a positive and negative wire coming out the back here. This runs through to a 12 volt fuse block. I do just want to specify that when we are working on any of our electronics, we want to make sure we've either turned off our system power or removed the fuse on the circuit that we're working with. Now once we've ensured that we've got no fuse in our circuit, there's no current going through our wires, we can just simply go ahead and connect the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative using our little solder splice connectors. So coming around to the back of the fridge, we're going to see two wires, a positive and a negative wire with stripped end. These are our power supply wires. There's actually a fuse in line here, but we don't need to touch any of that. All we need to do is connect these up to our power source. So negative to negative, positive to positive. Pretty straightforward. And with the use of these solder connectors, it's literally as simple as sliding the two connectors on, giving it some heat, and we have a waterproof sealed connection. That one on there. We want to make sure that both of our stripped ends are overlapping in the middle there, and we've got that ring of solder covering both of our wires. So now that we've got our two wires connected, we've now got power supplied to the fridge. All that's left to do now, slide it into the back of the cabinet. We want to make sure we push those wires out the way as we go in, and then it's just simple as screwing it in. So let's go. It's now just a matter of fixing it in place to make sure it doesn't fall over while we're going down the road. Inside the fridge, once we open the door, we can see we've got two of these white caps on each side. Now these caps actually pop off. So these are our mounting positions. And it's essentially just a solid piece of plastic that goes through here that is designed to hold your screws. So this is where our 25mm stainless steel screw comes into play, and we simply just run that through the plastic grommet and into our cabinet that'll hold the fridge in place. With our fuse installed, we can go ahead and power on the unit. We'll see our internal temperature displayed, and now we can go ahead and set the temperature. So I'm going to set the freezer temperature. We've got a refrigerator there. That's our freezer temperature. Now we can go ahead and change it just by hitting the button there. We've got it set. Default is -20. I think I'm going to set mine up to -15 or -14, and it's really as simple as that. So we now have a fully installed and functioning upright fridge. This is a 65 litre 12 to 24 volt, again available at your local Burns Co store, and yeah, an awesome little unit. I hope you guys found this installation video helpful. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below, and as always, make sure to subscribe to the Burns Co channel for any more helpful advice in anything boating, fishing, camping, outdoors related. Cheers guys.